afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender. And it's all about the young police from Jamaica, seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Yeah, so moving on to today's video. Remember that this channel is a channel that celebrates informers. We do believe that informers must live and every killers must go straight to the departure lounge. Yes, do you remember this photograph? Yeah man, when Mark Golan was showing the Jamaican people that he's a slave master, that he owns black people. And this was his signature photograph of him unlocking the chain that was placed around this black man's neck. This black man's name is Claude Sinclair. I call him Big Stone because he's a heavy-set man, and you can see that this is a man who have been to prison in the United States of America. You know, the culture of criminality that imparted to black people by a certain political party, the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, in which they have imparted to the people who supported them that criminality is the only way for you to excel and succeed in life. Not hard work and education. Quick and fast money. So that's how Claude Sinclair ended up back in Jamaica. He was living in the United States, selling drugs, and ended up being deported. He had never shied away from what he has done and show remorse. He has been a positive, fixtures to the youths them in my community where I was born and raised. But at the same token, he's not from Jonestown or Concrete Jungle. He's been given, shelter in the community by George from. He's from Enfield, St. Mary. So now, after everything that he has done during the political campaign for the PNP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization, make them parade him. Big man, they give him 15 grand, 15,000 Jamaican dollars for him to, for him to relegate himself down to become a slave. Showing that he's a slave and the PNP is going to free him from the Jamaica Labour Party government, which is nothing but, that's what I say, hypocrisy, but the heights of disrespect to a black man. And it's really sad. So now that he's in dire needs of financial help, where are the PNP and these people that use him? They are nowhere to be found. So there's a video that we're going to let you watch, and we want, those of you who can help. We have never spoken to Big Stone before. We know that he's a deportee, and we do believe in redemption. This man has never shied away from his past, and he had encouraged the youth them to not to venture down the same road that he has. But the tragic lesson of Claude Big Stone Sinclair, a patriotic call to open our eyes. I want you to watch this video until the very end, not for entertainment, but because it contains a powerful message that every Jamaican, both at home and abroad, must hear and understand. It is the story of a man, Claude Big Stone Sinclair, a man who once stood tall, proud and committed to the cause of his people, and how that man was used, exploited and discarded by those who claim to represent the people. It is a lesson in political betrayal, exploitation, and the urgent need for national awakening. The humiliation a chain around his neck, even Muta Baroka was adamant, and from that point on, Muta Baroka had stated publicly that he did not like Mark Golding, but you know that he works at IRFM, which is IRFM is PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization station, so he had to tone it down or else they would fire him. So there's an image burned into the memory of those who witness it. Claude Big Stone Sinclair, a respected elder in our community, standing in the Tony Spalding complex in Concrete Jungle, Kingston 12. That's meters away from where I grew up, with a chain around his neck. Yes, a literal chain. During a political campaign orchestrated by the so-called PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. Dr. Dayton Campbell, them call him Kids Milk, because him love the little pitney them. And the place that chain around Big Stone's neck. And then, in a twisted act of symbolism, Mark Gomabia Golding, the white man from Britain, who seeks to rule Jamaica, step forward and use the key to unlock it. What was this supposed to represent? Liberation? Freedom? No. It was a grotesque political performance, one that treated a black Jamaican man as nothing more than a prop, a spectacle, a tool to manipulate optics and to score cheap political points. That he is our ruler and that we are his subject, because we are black and he's white, he's superior to us, he's a slave master's son. They wanted the cameras rolling, the headlines screaming, the world to see. Look how benevolent we are. Look how we free our people. But make no mistake, there was no liberation that day, only humiliation. The reality in his darkest hour today, the same man, Claude Big Stone Sinclair, is lying in a hospital bed at the University Hospital of the West Indies, fighting for his life. He has stage 4 prostate cancer and is now forced to beg the public for financial assistance to pay for his medical care. Where are those smiling politicians now? Where are the people who use his image, his dignity, and his humanity to advance their political agenda? Where are they? Nowhere to be found. Where's Mark Gomabia Golding, the man who paraded himself as the savior with a key? Where is Peter Bunting, who boasts about being for the people? Where is Dr. Dayton Campbell, Dr. Kids Meal, the man who placed a chain around Big Stone's neck in the first place? Where is he? And where is Matalan and the Jamaican Gleaner, so quick to publish political theater but silence in the face of human suffering? Nowhere to be found. It's all about exploitation. They never care about him because he's black, and they never have and never will. But black people never know themselves until they're back against the wall, and even when they're back against the wall, them love when it's there. They don't like to be independent. These people are nowhere to be found. They abandon the very man they exploited. They use him for a moment of political spectacle, and then like trash, they discarded him once he was no longer useful. So now, we're going to let you watch Claude Big Stone Sinclair in his own world. And just look at the information. If you can help, but at least we're trying to do our best right here. And you can see the Scotia bank account. And he's there with one of our known reggae artists, the one that sing Diseases. Remember the duo, Papa Michigan and Smiley. Yeah, so Papa Michigan is alive, Smiley died. So now you watch, you listen, and you decide. Claude Big Stone Sinclair in his own words. Yes, before I start today's video, I'm just asking you, members of the Jamaica Young Police channel, to subscribe to this channel. united we win, that divided we lose. Because once we unite as a people, they can't beat us. It doesn't matter who they are. They can't oppress us or brainwash us with their lies to tell us that up is down and down is up. We know that in this world, most people worship money, but we worship God. Because money is only of this world. And people hate you when you speak the truth. So, moving on.
Practice reasoning. Yeah. We are here to our brother, our loving brother that has been helping everyone. And today, spiritually, we need the enlightening, the higher power, big stone.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me. To have you as an artist of substance, an artist that have been there and done well for many, many years. And ironically, to have a big song named Diseases, it's going to make this interview even more worthwhile. Started in 2023 when I had a slight burn when I passed my urine. Didn't think of it as much, so I went to Dr. Brooks, my primary caregiver. And he told me that possibly it could be a urinary tract infection. So I said, all right, what you got, doc? And he gave me some strong antibiotics. Took the antibiotics for 1 week straight. Following week when I went back, problem was even worse. I said, well, listen, this looks like it's bigger than me. I must send you to my urologist. So I went to my urologist, Dr. Garrett Reed. First thing he said to me, Mr. Sinclair, we need to do a digital rectal examination. So I said, Doc, what do you mean by digital rectal examination? He said, well, it's a simple operation where we insert a finger, few seconds, and we feel the size of your prostate. Now, to be honest with you, I'm very leery about anyone going back there. But to be honest with you, Michi, the pain that I was feeling passing my urine was bigger than just a finger. Even the idea of a finger going back there. I wanted to find out what was going on with me.
Yes.
So I allowed him to do it. He did it very professionally. Came back within seconds and told me that my prostate is twice the normal size.
Twice.
It's supposed to be that of a walnut, which was more like a lime. That means it's big. Then he said to me, Mr. Sinclair, you need to do a PSA test. This is a blood test. So I went to biomedical really quickly the following day and I did a PSA. PSA came back 78.21. Now 0 to 4 is normal.
0 to 4.
78.21 is like you hit a ball from Kingston to Montego Bay.
Wow.
It's way out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
When that came back, he said, Mr. Sinclair, you need to do a biopsy immediately. We're not talking about tomorrow, we're talking about last year.
Yes.
That's how important it is. So I said, Doc, how much it's going to cost him? So, well, about $100,000. Pretty penny, but guess what? My health come first. Called my family, they were there to support me, and $100,000 came. I did the biopsy on the 18th of September 2023. 2 days after that, I couldn't pass my urine. My prostate got so enlarged that it blocked my urethra. And about 1 o'clock in the morning when I went to use the bathroom, I couldn't pass. And let me tell you something. I bore that pain for about 4 hours. You wouldn't want to be in my situation. Not being able to pee. Back in the days, they used to call it stoppage of water.
Stoppage of water.
But that is an enlarged prostate. And most men in Jamaica, they still call it stoppage of water. But it is an enlarged prostate. Anyway, I came back and the results came back on the 21st of December. I guess he didn't want to interview me or talk to me because it's around about Christmas. So he waited until the 27th of December. And then he called me back in. When he called me back in, he said, Mr. Sinclair, have a seat.
So the results of the biopsy that we did, the 14 samples that we took from your prostate, came back cancerous. I want to let you know that there's a report, a scale that we call the Gleason report, that cannot tell you how aggressive the form of cancer you have. He said if you was 1 to 5, it would be a piece of cake. If you was 1 to 7, it still would be a piece of cake. We would not worry about prostate cancer. We wouldn't even treat you for it. But you are 9. 10 being the eyes. So you are a 9, you have an aggressive form of prostate cancer. So you need to move quickly. You need to do now a CT scan. So really, so what's the cost of a CT scan? When I found out about $147,000. I did the CT scan of Apex. Results came out the 5th of January 2024. Came out that it has metastasized and spread. And I now have stage 4 prostate cancer. It spread to my left iliac wing, my spine. It spread to my knee. Didn't spread to my kidney yet. So I said, wow, I'm in problem. So he started to treat me with an injection every 3 months and some albuterol, some tablets and so on. But I said I wanted to do some herbs. I did some herbs and the herbs took me from 78.21 down to 3.21. But if it did not spread, then what the herb did would have been okay. It don't spread already. Yeah. So anyway, last year, Dr. Julius Carter came to Jamaica. And you know I chaperone him when he comes. Took him over to the church over there and cross in Alfred Tree. Yes. I forgot the name of the church. But after I took him over there, I was videotaping him and I was walking backwards and I fell flat on my buttocks. Didn't think much of it. But about 3 months later, I started feeling pain. Not that I wasn't feeling bone pain before, and I was feeling pain, cancer pain, and it was wicked. Yes. But this type of pain that I was feeling was different. Started to feel numbness in my left leg.
Yeah, so the entire video is at Papa Michigan YouTube channel. You can watch it in the entirety. Those of you just listen to what this man is saying. He's sharing his experience, what he's going through. You know, the pain. I want to tell you about stoppage of water. It's really about prostate cancer. So the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, they use him, you know, for a moment of political spectacle. And then, like trash, they discarded him once he was no longer useful. So the bigger picture, exploitation disguised as service. What happened to Claude Big Stone Sinclair is not just a personal tragedy, it's a national disgrace. It exposes the true nature of the PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization, a political machinery that uses the poor, the elderly, the vulnerable, and the hopeful as stepping stones to power, then turn its back when those same people need help the most. They are not liberators. They are not champions of the people. They are users, exploiters, manipulators. They will chain you in public and call it liberation. They will rob you of dignity and call it progress. And when you are sick, suffering, and struggle, they will disappear without a trace. A patriotic call, Jamaica must open its eyes. This story is bigger than Claude Big Stone Sinclair. It is a mirror held up to Jamaica itself. How many times have we seen our people used like pawns, paraded in campaign rallies, promised jobs, given false hope, only to be forgotten the moment the ballots are counted? How many times have we seeing people being chained, not with iron and locks, but with lies, exploitation, and false promises. So many times, countless, can't even count. This is why it's time for a new awakening. We must no longer allow ourselves to be fooled by political theater. We must demand more from those who claim to represent us. And we must remember that our dignity as a people is worth more than a photo ops, any handout, or any empty promise. So the 15 grand them give Big Stone to humiliate himself, that done and gone. Them now have nothing else to give him, because them they done pay him already the 15 grand to put the chain around him neck. As Mota Baruka said, the man can't pay him to put a chain around him neck to degrade himself as a black man, because him have self-respect and him and a slave. Claude Big Stone Sinclair's suffering should move us, not only to help him, but to rethink the system that puts him in this position. It should ignite us a fire of patriotism, a determination to build a Jamaica where no man who serves his country is left to die in poverty and pain, and where no political party dares to humiliate its people for votes. Our ancestors fought too hard, bled too much, and died too young for us to accept chains, literal or metaphorical. In 2025, we must rise with knowledge, dignity, and unity and declare never again. Watch the video, learn the lesson, and remember the truth. A government or a party that can chain a man for a photo and abandon him when he's dying does not deserve your trust, your vote, or your future. Jamaica deserves better, and we the people must demand it. We wish Claude Big Stone Sinclair nothing but the best, a speedy recovery, and hope people will donate and help him, because he's a philanthropist. He helps many people, so now it is time to get the help that he needs. I wish you have a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.